battlefield falls silent, until a sudden blast tears through the ground. A Russian tank has rolled straight into a mine. The explosion rips into its hull, forcing the crew to abandon their vehicle in panic. They scramble away, leaving the machine behind, exposed and vulnerable. For the Ukrainian soldiers watching, this is an opportunity too important to miss. A drone rises into the sky, guided with precision by an operator who knows exactly where to strike. The open hatch of the damaged tank is a fatal weakness. The drone circles once, then descends. From above, a single grenade drops directly inside. A heartbeat later, fire erupts from within the vehicle. Ammunition ignites, metal twists, and flames engulf the tank from the inside out. What could have been salvaged is now reduced to a burning wreck. Ukraine has denied Russia not only a machine of war, but also the chance to return it to battle. Another symbol of Russian armor lies destroyed, this time, not by a missile, but by the quiet precision of a drone and a perfectly placed grenade. The Russian army prepared a mechanized column for an assault. Armored vehicles, infantry carriers, and trucks began to move toward Ukrainian positions, certain that their numbers would overwhelm the defenders. But waiting ahead of them was not weakness, but a trap. The 92nd Separate Airborne Assault Brigade, working in close coordination with the Achilles drone unit, had already tracked every movement. The Russians thought they were advancing undercover, but Ukrainian eyes in the sky saw everything. The order was given. Drones rose silently into the air, scanning for weak points. Precision strikes began to rain down. One vehicle after another erupted in flames, their formations breaking apart before the attack had even begun. The first explosions sent shockwaves of panic through the column. Soldiers tried to scatter, but they were met with relentless fire from above. The Achilles operators guided their drones with surgical precision. Each hit was not random, but calculated. Engines destroyed, turrets disabled, ammunition ignited. In minutes, the column was burning along the road, smoke rising like a wall against the horizon. What made this battle even more extraordinary was the coordination on the Ukrainian side. Every unit knew its role. Every strike was part of a larger plan. The defenders suffered no losses, while the attackers were annihilated before they could even launch their assault. The Russian column had been assembled for a storming offensive. Instead, it was wiped out in its entirety. Vehicles that were supposed to spearhead the advance now lay shattered, blackened husks scattered across the battlefield. Once again, Ukraine's strength was not just in weapons, but in discipline, unity, and precision. Against a well-prepared defense, Russia's massive firepower turned into nothing but wreckage. The 92nd Brigade and the Achilles unit proved that technology and coordination can defeat sheer numbers. Another Russian assault destroyed, another Ukrainian victory carved into the battlefield. The 46th Separate Artillery Brigade showcased how modern warfare is won through coordination. As enemy tanks advanced, Ukrainian armored vehicles struck first, knocking them out of action. But the job was not left unfinished. Moments later, kamikaze drones moved in, diving with precision onto the disabled machines. Each strike was deliberate, igniting fire inside the hulks and ensuring total destruction. No chance for repair, no chance for evacuation. Only smoking wrecks left behind. It was a textbook example of combined arms, armor, artillery, and drones working together to erase the enemy's power from the battlefield. Night fell over the Donetsk direction, but for the Ukrainian combat groups known as Phoenix and Vampire, darkness was not an obstacle, it was an ally. Moving swiftly and with precision, they prepared a strike that would cripple the enemy before dawn. The assault began with sudden fire on Russian armored vehicles. Engines that had been rumbling toward Ukrainian lines were silenced in flames. Each vehicle destroyed meant fewer chances for the enemy to push forward. But the operation did not stop there. Phoenix and Vampire turned their focus on the enemy's logistics. Supply routes were struck, convoys disrupted, and the flow of ammunition and fuel was cut off. What was planned as a reinforcement instead collapsed into chaos. Finally, the defenders struck at the enemy's eyes. An observation post, vital for directing artillery fire, was eliminated in a precision strike. Without it, Russian forces were left blind, unable to coordinate or respond effectively. In one coordinated night attack, Ukrainian fighters struck at vehicles, supplies, and command at the same time. The result was total disruption. Phoenix and Vampire once again proved how small, skilled groups, when united by precision and daring, can deliver blows far greater than their size. In the Donetsk direction, the Ukrainian combat group Omega-4 once again proved the power of precision. Their mission was simple but critical: eliminate the weapons pounding Ukrainian positions. The strike began with the launch of FPV drones, fast, silent, and deadly. Operators guided them with surgical accuracy, weaving across the battlefield toward their targets. The first drone dove straight into an enemy artillery installation. A moment later, a second piece was struck, flames rising where once shells had been fired. But Omega-4 was not finished. Spotting an armored personnel carrier attempting to reposition, another drone locked on and hit its mark. The vehicle burst into fire, leaving the enemy without transport or protection. In just minutes, 2 artillery systems and 1 armored vehicle were erased. No wasted shots, no chance for recovery. It was a textbook display of how technology and skill combined to turn small groups into decisive forces. Omega-4's precision strike deprived the enemy of its guns, crippled its mobility, and reminded everyone watching that even the heaviest armor cannot withstand the sharp eyes and steady hands of Ukrainian drone operators.